Children's Hospital has said he and his family suffered serious injustice. Ben Condon's family have fought for 6 years to find out exactly how he died. The NHS Trust, which runs the hospital, has previously apologised for failures in his care. Andrew Plant reports.
After suffering from 11 miscarriages, Ben Condon's parents called him their miracle baby boy. He was, though, with them for just 8 weeks, and since then they have fought a 6-year battle to find out exactly how he died. Originally told Ben had had a respiratory virus, they found out weeks later he'd also had a bacterial infection, and years later the hospital apologised and admitted that antibiotics had been given too late, and that, they said, had made a material contribution to his death.
It gives us some comfort that, all along, we've been criticised for challenging, and we want other families to believe that, that they can't just believe everything they're told, and if they believe there's errors, they can fight for the truth, and it doesn't matter how big the organisation is. If they fight for the truth, it will soon come out.
Today's report by the Parliamentary and Health Service Ombudsman is highly critical of how Ben was cared for and how his family were treated. One paragraph says we find that Ben and his family suffered serious injustice.
Essentially, Alan and Jenny, like other bereaved families, want to know what happened to their loved one, and they want to know if something could have been done differently to have prevented what happened to them. And they're very reasonable questions for them to ask, and unfortunately they just weren't given those clear answers at the outset.
In a statement today, Robert Woolley, the chief executive of the NHS Trust, which runs the Children's Hospital, said we have accepted the failure to give timely antibiotics made a material contribution to Ben's death in 2015. I would like to reiterate this apology on behalf of the Trust and again extend my deepest condolences to Mr. and Mrs. Condon and their family. Ben's parents have now challenged the results of an earlier inquest into how Ben died. That will be heard at the Royal Courts of Justice later this month. Andrew Plant, BBC Points West.
The statues